Underworld Ministry. What is up? I know it's been a couple weeks since I've been here. I've missed you guys so much. I hope you guys missed us. But I got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We have former people that we've talked to before. They branched out, started their own team, and I can't wait to talk to these guys. Here's our guest for the week. Steel Brothers, my friends from Pennsylvania.
Hello.
We got Troy. We got Philip.
What's up?
Guys?
Hey.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Doing great.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. Like I said, you guys branched out since I've talked to you guys last.
Yes.
So now you got Steel Brothers Adventures.
Yes.
So is this more of like another last team you guys were in? It was more paranormal and everything. With the Steel Brothers Adventures, I feel like you guys can go anyway. Paranormal, cryptids, you can UFOs, whatever you're into, you can do it. You know, that's kind of like what I like about it. That's what I like about Underworld Ministry. It doesn't say paranormal, doesn't say anything. I can do whatever I want with it.
Yep.
That's
exactly what we were looking at when we came up with this name.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, we have an interest. We've kind of went a little bit into it, but we're on the cryptid side. We definitely have an interest there. We want to pursue a little bit more in that side. I'm an avid camper. Phil's
I'm kind of
glamper. You're a glamper.
Yeah,
he's a glamper, or is he? Are you the one in the tent next to him while he's in the RV next to you, or?
I'm a pain in the ass if I camp. Like,
I'm going, where's the closest hotel room?
That's exactly how I am. There has to be running water and a shower.
Yeah, I'm like, let's pitch the tent. Let's go. Like, my countryside comes out at that point.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love the being in the wilderness and all that good stuff. A lot of the younger paranormal kind of stuff that I was around in high school, it had to do with like old trestles back in the woods and old trails and things like that. So I feel at home with those kind of scenarios. So
you definitely have a lot of space in Pennsylvania to do that.
Yeah.
Space. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know if you saw not too long ago. I think it was about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. There was a Bigfoot sighting near Penn University.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So he's still around.
Yeah.
So we just got to find him, Phil.
Oh, dude, we're gonna do it, man. The guys they're gonna like look at us and be like, "What the hell do you guys want?" Yeah, I'm here. Okay, now.
Yeah.
just remember, when you guys find them, I was with you. Remember,
Yes.
Remember to put my name there. I know I'm not there, but I was there.
Oh man, and honestly, too, there are people. I mean, like he's a big guy, of course, and there are people out there that are legit that big, So, but like.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta leave the poor guy alone, but at the same time, it's just like, but no, we need to know that you're there.
I don't even know what the world would do if Bigfoot was alive. Like, I think they would just, I don't know, they would just flip out of another something that we don't know.
Well, you'd have a cross between people who would be even more scared to go in the woods, and then you'd probably have the avid hunters who would be all gun-ho to try and get that trophy. So
Discovery Channel will be all over it.
Yeah, they would be there. Zach Bagans would be crossing over at that point.
Oh Lord, he can stay in his lane. He can stay in his lane.
we don't mention that name on this show.
Oh shit! Way to go, Troy.
I mean,
Yeah. We don't. I wish I had millions like Zach. I'd be doing exactly.
I mean, you got to give him credit. He knows what he's doing in a way.
He does.
So we all have our paths, and happens to be his path, and you know, it's doing well for him. So
I have to agree.
Kudos to him. You know, I do want to try and go to. I've not been to his museum in Vegas, which I've heard wonderful things about actually, and I would really like to go sometime and actually see that.
Troy, please take me with you because
we will. Like, we're not going to do a Vegas trip and we're not going to go together. Come on.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because
someone's got to carry me back to the room.
And it's funny too, just to piggyback off that. Like, I actually was going to try to go there years ago for my buddy's bachelor party, and it was like the second week of like May, where the last day of the week I was going to stay there was the 14th of on that following Saturday. So I was going to like book it on Friday the 13th, not knowing that was going to be a terrible day to book it at.
Yeah. I've had friends go there and they said there's definitely an energy there just because there's so many objects in one space. Plus the property's haunted before all of the stuff that they brought.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I don't like saying stuff without me going there, you know. Everybody can tell me you're haunted. Cool. I mean, unless I'm there and like feel it or see it, or it's not haunted. I don't know.
Right.
I have to prove it. That's just the way I
get that. I get that. Yeah, and it's, I mean, every place is different for everybody. So, you know, it could be one of the more known haunted places out there, and you could never, you know, it could just be normal. I'll give you a good example. And I have had experiences here, so I don't want to. I don't want to put this place down because it has a very good reputation, and I know that it's haunted. I know there's some, you know, legit stuff there. But myself, I've never really had an overwhelming or negative feeling at the Bel Air house. Yeah, now that, you know, and I will say I so heartedly believe, and I know that place, you know, there's been some pretty intense experiences there. Me personally, I have not had huge ones. I've had some. Now, you know, I will say we had an EVP session there once that was pretty good and pretty intense. The owner was there, and what's his name from 48 Days Haunted.
Oh, I know you're talking about too. The name just completely vanishes from my mind.
We just talked about him. He's with
Sean.
Who was it again, Troy?
Was it Sean?
Oh,
I don't remember right now. It's not coming to me.
Yeah. Now, regardless, he had an EVP, and he was getting stuff like left and right. And I personally have never gotten any good, credible stuff on an EVP like he was. It was insane. I mean, it was just insane what he was getting, which was really. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. There's really not werewolves here. It's just my phone.
It's actually funny too. To when it came to the Bel Air house, when I first heard about it, I was kind of a little bit like timid because of the reputation it got. But the minute I stepped in there, I was in love with that place because I've always been a homebody. So I love the haunted homes rather than most of the bigger locations. And just the look of that place, I was just like, this is the coolest place ever. And like Troy mentioned too, I've never felt not one moment of, I got to get out of here. There was none of that. I mean, it was actually relaxing almost, you know?
Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah. Well, we also did our Friendsgiving there quite a few times. We did that 2 or 3 times. Those were always fun. So there's a lot of wow. Okay. Hey.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
That's all right. We're just chatting away. You are good.
So this one time at band camp.
Start telling that story.
We're gonna blow our cover.
Apple pie. Do not bring up that. So
I'm here, guys. I promise. My camera's acting.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Take your time, brother. Take your time, man.
So yeah, I'm going to go back to the beginning, but long story short, yeah, we wanted to be able to broaden our horizons. We are definitely very into the paranormal. We still want to do those investigations. We've done a few, but we are really wanting to really take off at the beginning of the year. Doing some conventions and kind of building ourselves up from there. We wanted to kind of establish our name and kind of our group with our network and the people that support us by getting ourselves established here. As we were talking a little bit before we actually came on about how you have a little bit of a two-way street when you kind of get into this field. You have the investigation paranormal side, which is your serious side and the things you do, and then you also have a social media paranormal field. Does that mean you're looking for the fame or anything like that? No. Phil and I both, we love this is a very strong hobby for us. We enjoy the collaborations with other people, and just having those opportunities. And it's been nice. Like, since we've kind of branched out a little bit, we've had some, cryptid field people that want us to go out. We've been invited to some Bigfoot conventions and some of the investigations on that side. And for myself, I would say sometimes, like in a paranormal situation, I don't get scared very easily. I've never had a moment of, oh my gosh. I think the worst I had was when I had a feeling of being sick and feeling like I was going to pass out, where I had to walk out of the house for a bit. But aside from that, most of it's been like just normal interaction or very emotional, like loving or sad or kind of an emotional thing. Whereas when you are in the woods and you hear those bump in the night things going on and the twigs snapping and it's probably a little bird jumping around, but it's intense whenever you're out there in the dark. So you kind of get that. For me, I can get that adrenaline rush in that sense, and I think doing the cryptid stuff is something I would really enjoy as well.
Yeah, I know when I love investigating the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
Not urban exploring, but I miss urban exploring. I miss the thrill of it.
I like that too.
I mean, I don't condone that at all. That's not what I'm saying, guys. That's not. I grew up doing that. Like, when I moved to Pennsylvania, like coming from Florida, there's just stuff everywhere that's just abandoned houses and abandoned asylums. And we drove all the way to Maryland just to go into an asylum that was just sitting there. I can't even remember the name. I think it was Pennsylvania. Was it Pennsylvania or Maryland? No, the Legend of the Pig Lady was in Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that whole story, that one's crazy. So somehow they know about this and knew how to get to it. Supposedly the guy killed his wife in the barn and then came up and killed the 2 kids and sewed a pig's face on her face and then hung himself at the top of the barn. But the story's supposed to go, if you stop on the bridge and roll down all the windows, you're supposed to see a pig lady, which I never saw a pig lady. But I went out. It was like in the middle of winter, so you know how everything ice, and when you step on it, you hear the cracking of the ice.
Yeah.
So me being me, they're like, "Oh, we're going to roll down the windows and just stay here." I was like, "Why the hell am I going to stay here? I'm going to go stand in the middle of that bridge." So I got out of the car with my phone as a recorder, and you can hear me walking to the middle of the bridge and like hear the ice breaking. And then like I'm listening to this, and It literally sounds like a boar snarling into my recorder.
Oh wow!
That I didn't hear when I was holding it, because like you hear freaking boar something snarling at you, you're gonna tense up a little bit. Like what the hell was that?
Yeah.
But I've been on one side, and my buddy's car was on the other side of the bridge, and my friend Ronnie came and was standing next to me. And I looked at my buddy's car. This is real, I swear, guys. I'm not fibbing on this at all. I take paranormal very seriously. But I literally look at the car, and there's a black shadow standing next to the driver's side.
Oh wow!
Damn.
And then you can watch. I watched the black shadow go from the driver's side all the way around the front of the car to the passenger side. And we left. We didn't go into the house because my buddies were freaked out by then. And like I got in the car and he's like, "You guys saw that, right?" Like I literally watched the black like they were in the car. Like we watched this black shadow like peek in the window and then walk around the car and come to Josh's side. Yep. He's like, we literally watched it. And then we went back like a couple months later. And I went into the barn by myself. I was like, I just want to be in here by myself and see what happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know condone or antagonize me. It's not good while you investigate. I know that part, but I was talking so much shit. I was like, oh, how do you feel about killing your family? And you're not even famous for it. Your wife's famous for it, And it literally, when like somebody's running at you and like rushes right to your face, you think that like, oh shit, like you have to like tense up. Yep. It literally felt like something like got me, like rushed across the barn and like rushed into my face. Oh, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, I will stop talking shit now. All right, but yeah, that was stuff like that, and it made me more curious of what that was,
Yeah.
Am I talking to an evil ass spirit? Like, we don't mention the D word here either. But is that something like I'm talking shit? I'm antagonizing. This dude's coming up to rush me to freaking, I didn't know, like, walk out of the freaking barn possessed like freaking Reagan was, Yeah. But, getting up pea soup and everything,
I tell you what, too, man, that's one thing I really want to challenge myself, and Troy can agree with that, too. I always have a bit of a challenging time going into really dark locations on my own. Like, I think the dark is very relaxing, but I always just have that feeling that like, something's going to be jumping me. I guarantee it. But I know nothing's going to actually happen. It's just that timidness. I really want to break out of that shell, because, my girlfriend, she works, or she lives in Moundsville, West Virginia. So she used to do the haunted tours at the penitentiary. Yeah. So she would go in there and open it up on her own and then close it and type it, and I'm like, I know I can do this. I know I can, man.
That's so bad.
Oh yeah, that place is incredible too. And her and I, we've actually even encountered stuff on our own. Obviously, it's a haunted town, and I remember, it's funny how you mentioned how you felt that presence like run up right by you, like somebody just moved to just position themselves in front of you. Whenever we were out on her, she lives on a duplex. We were on the actual patio having a cigarette, chatting away, and I felt like somebody walked up the steps, like a really heavy person walked up the steps and just like walked right by me and like stopped. And I jerked my body 2 different times. I'm like, what the hell? Because like you could feel like the floorboards move a little bit too. And it didn't freak me out or anything, but it just made me like kind of like become a situational awareness OCD kind of guy. It was weird, man. But yeah, I agree with that too. It's just like, I really want to test myself because I kind of get a little like, I might postpone going in there on my own, but like that's how you kind of conquer a fear. That's a part of what we're doing, man. It really is.
For sure.
I definitely am ready. I'm even it was funny like watching your introduction before we started. I'm just like, oh, this looks so cool. It makes me want to investigate. It makes it because I mean, life's happened the last year. And I haven't gotten to do a whole lot. One downfall for me is a lot of my equipment is a little bit older now. It's like 3 or 4 years old. Some of it's working well, some of it's kind of working. I got wires, I don't know where. So I need to kind of reorganize and reestablish the equipment that I have. And that's something, us going on our own, we need to do that because other members from the past were more better at doing that. So we kind of always let that, we kind of relied on that a little bit. I mean, I have a lot of equipment I've tried, but I get frustrated if something doesn't work very well. It 1 or 2 times, then I'm just kind of like, okay, this was a waste. So I get frustrated really quick. And I shouldn't. I need to be, patience is something that's a virtue for this field, and I need to get that better. So that's definitely something that I've got to do, but I also want to get some good quality basic equipment. I've got a really bad rim pod. I got one that's a light rim pod, but I just getting a couple of good rim pods and some things that we need for our basics.
Right.
That's kind of where coming back in, and then doing a better due diligence of journaling. I do have a journal now, which yes, now that we've started our group, we're going to start a journal.
Yes.
Keeping track of feelings and how things go, and having that as our background, but then also keeping better track of the evidence that we find.
Yeah. See, the way I like investigating, I don't edit anything. Like I just I clip out a little parts of what activity I get from like live videos and stuff. But I go live 99% of the time that I investigate. You can't fake a live.
Yeah.
Like you can't do it. Prove me wrong.
You're right. You're right. And I do like lives. I like going on lives.
I feel like a lot of people are doing it now too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One thing I like is you were talking about the urban exploring, and I know when we were at ISS, I would just go by myself during the day and just go walking through the buildings, and I would have my spirit box and my S7, and I would just have it turned up and just walking and just talking, kind of to myself, kind of to the people on the live, and kind of to just whatever. And I was getting conversations going on, especially in the nursing home section, and it was pretty cool. But I like just even those experiences. I like going live just to show people like, hey, this is what the place looks like. This is, and I get more excited with that. Just, it's kind of like you just got someone with you. It's your friend that, your live is your friend that you have with you in digital form. That is, that's like experiencing that. And it's exciting to share that and have that opportunity. And I think that's where we have advantages with social media, because you do get to share those things. Because, unfortunately, many of the experiences we have are not captured, because you can't plan it. So, when you do get those times, on the live, like you're saying, it's just, it's really great. It's like, oh, I got to share this with all these people. And, that if you don't have anyone to share it with, then what's the point of the experience? I mean, in a way.
And that's the crazy thing too. I'll add on to what Troy just said, because he and I actually had an experience together at the Blennerhassett Hotel in Parkersburg, West Virginia. We were in the basement of this place. I think it was like, what, Troy, 3 stories or something like that. It was
3 or 4 stories.
Yeah, something like that too. And beautiful place.
Very old hotel. Yeah, highly recommend. It's very, very nice.
Oh yeah. And
we were in the basement in the laundry room.
Yep.
In the laundry area.
And I you know, one side of the wall had all washers, another side of the wall had all dryers, and there was like junk kind of piled up on top too. And we were kind of in the beginning where the door was, and I just happened to like look straight ahead, and I saw like a shadow figure kind of like crouching in the corner. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at right now? And he was standing right next to me. He could have easily said that I don't see anything.
Yeah.
He saw the exact same thing I did too. And we didn't actually have our cell phones out, with what Troy just mentioned, that we haven't like had a chance to document a lot of our experiences, but
yeah,
anybody could have told us we were full of crap. But the fact that we both saw it, we're like, holy shit.
We just look at each other. We're just like, and what was interesting is where we saw it was a wall, but that wall used to be an alley entryway. So it used to go into the alley, and they closed it off. So this shadow, it's like it stood up or came up, and then it just got taller and taller, and then it just kind of disappeared into that wall, like it was leading into the alley. So it was a really, it was pretty cool, and it was, it was like not scary, but yet kind of scary.
Like it wasn't like a threatening moment or anything. It was creepy, but how Troy just said, we weren't like, oh my God, we got to get out of here.
It gave you chills, but it wasn't like a runaway scare.
Yeah, exactly.
We had some really, we had a couple of things we had, and was ironic because we were, I think, the only ones that really got a lot of stuff. We also got in this, we actually have a video, we actually have the recording still somewhere. We were so they were building a bar area in the basement that was turning into a speakeasy. And we just sat down and we were just lounging there taking a break, and we started playing 20s like big band music, and the spirit box just goes, flappers, and we're like, what?
It was so
like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It was crazy. Because you know, that was just and it was very, very, it was like you know, it was right there. It was very good.
And Troy, I don't know if you remember, but that one woman who was one of our friends that was actually walking right into the room on the opposite side, her name was Patience.
Patience, yeah.
Yeah, because the room was basically pitch black. There was 2 or 3 like leather seats that we were sitting in. We were basically across from each other, and there was like a sheet that was dividing that room that we were sitting in with another part of that actual room itself. Patience walked around. Is anybody over there? And Troy and I were like, yeah, it's us too. And she was like, you guys aren't like sitting there, because I see a figure right next to you guys. You're not like right there, are you? Like, no, we're in this other part of the room. And she was like, I got to get out of here. I'm like, oh, okay.
I just did a fall fest at my buddy's jail, the Gilchrist County Jail. It's here in Creighton, Florida. And so after the fall fest, all the investigators went into the jail and investigated it, obviously. Because we're at a 1928 county jail. Why would I not investigate it? But it's my buddy's jail, and I know it's haunted. I know it's very, very haunted. Like the very first time I walked in, I got hit in the chest so hard I couldn't breathe for like a couple minutes. Like, I don't know if it was like, oh, another big guy in the jail, I'm gonna freaking hit him to show my confidence or something, or I don't know what it was. But I got hit, and I instantly went down to Henry, and I was like, when can I book an investigation? Like, this just made me even more curious. And we were just there like a week before Halloween, and we went downstairs to the female cells, and we had another group in cell 3. We were in cell 2, and my friend Ryan's like, I don't feel good. Like, something's coming out of this next cell. Whatever they're doing in the next cell, I could feel it. And I had my SB11 going. And I was like, whatever they're doing next door is not working well with whatever we're trying to do over here. And I was like, what are they doing over there? Just like out of the blue, and through the spirit box it says shit. I was like, I guess they're doing a bunch of shit over there. I don't know. Well, okay, thank you. I know, but yeah, I love investigating old jails and.
I have a funny story to tell you, Chris, and Troy, you'll get a kick out of this too. But the one night, my girlfriend and I, we were investigating the penitentiary, and I think we were with, I think it was never like the whole. I think it was the second or third time the bump team was investigating too, and we did. I love walking around. I can't sit still, so we're just like walking up and down the the hallways and everything too. And then we go to the chapel that's in the backyard of the penitentiary, and we walk in there, and I was like, "Hey, babe, you want to cause some action to happen," kind of thing. So we're just sitting in the church pew, just hanging out. So she takes out her ghost tube and just puts it right next to me, and we sort of have a little bit of a moment of embrace. Nothing bad, nothing like, "Oh my God, you guys shouldn't be doing that here." And then the ghost tube said, "Please stop."
Oh wow.
I was like, why the hell not? This is gonna be kind of funny,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just I don't know why, just doing that because they were human too, like we are. You can just do random stuff too and get a reaction. That's the great thing about that too, because you don't always have to. I always had to call it conducting an interview with any spirit you're trying to get a hold of. What is your name? How long have you been here for? Just doing random stuff like we do,
Yeah.
I mean, we all do it. We all do those questions, but I hate doing them at the same time. I find that when I just, like I said at ISS, where I just take my camera and I just start rambling and, hey, look at this. Oh, that's cool. What about this? And, this would be kind of neat. And you start getting those responses from that kind of conversation. Sometimes a lot more than if you're like, what's your name? What year is it? How many of us are there? I mean, if I was a spirit, I would be so sick of hearing that all the time. So it's kind of nice when you can create that conversation. I know it's not always easy, and it just depends on how the spirits react as well. Because sometimes they're not very receptive, and sometimes they will chat up a storm.
Yeah. I saw a post the other day, and it's like, oh, great, it's Friday. A bunch of people are going to come and ask me to touch a random box again.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I feel like the May Stringer house, the one I have in my intro that I'm going up on. So Henry, the same one that owns the jail, he got an EVP, was like, tell us something that you want to tell us. Like, just tell me anything on this recorder. And they got We Are Tired.
Oh.
And then from what I don't know if it was in the same recording, but he said that we are tired, all the people. I think that's what it was. But I know we are tired. So I don't know if that's like, because they do tours there. They have investigators there all the time. Like, I think the tired spirits, like you said, they're just exhausted. Like,
sometimes,
you have same people in asking the same questions over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like asking those questions. I ask the most random questions.
And I mean, we all, like I said, we all do them because it's the go-tos. But
I'd rather ask them like, what kind of music do you like? Or what did you like when you were alive? What was your hobbies? What you do when you were alive? Like, what president was alive what president was it when you were alive? I've never gotten that answer, but I ask it all the time. Like, you never know.
And honestly, too, like, I go by the philosophy that, like, ghosts are not going to always work on our terms, and they're going to say what they want to say or not say anything at all. And I think with how Troy and I are, we always walk into any investigation being as nice and respectful as we possibly can, too. Because, you're walking into a person's home, even though they're not, like, living anymore, you're still, like, and Christ, Troy, you and I have gotten some amazing interactions, even with using the controversial, Ouija board kind of thing. We've still gotten some amazing responses. We are. That's probably some that we're.
with the unpopularity, we do like the Ouija boards.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
We've had really good experiences with them.
Mm-hmm.
We are very careful with them. We, that's something, starting in getting into the investigating, make sure, I've got protections, and things that I have with me at all times. And I feel that, people are like, well, how do you know that? And I think a lot of paranormal and a lot of it is mind over matter. So if like a lot of things like, especially with the Ouija board, if you believe it, then it will work.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting when we use the Ouija board. It works very well with both Phil and I.
Yep.
We'll work if we have other people who do truly believe in it. It works well with them. It doesn't. Sometimes it's a little shakier because it's a new person or something like that. But like if you get someone that don't believe, it's not going to work.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
And you don't even feel it. So it's kind of what you make of it. And I don't know how to explain that because it almost makes it sound like, well, then you're just doing it. But it's not true. It's just I don't know how to explain that.
And
I like the people that are not very educated on the Ouija boards, don't know how to use, don't know how to properly shut it, don't know how to close it, And they're like, oh, we'll never use a Ouija board. I'll never touch a Ouija board. But then they'll go use their SB7.
Yeah.
Or they'll go use the freaking,
Yeah.
What's the difference? You're opening a portal either way. Like,
Yep.
It's the same thing. You're
It
opening
is. It's
to
just
the
a different
other
way.
world, the underworld.
It's a different way of energy. Same way with the
Exactly.
REM pods. Same way with the REM pods. Yeah,
You're
it's all
opening
connected.
you're opening that communication. There's no difference.
Yeah.
And I always tell people too, you don't have to believe a damn thing. It's just like it's okay to be skeptical, and and of course with the Ouija board too. And I, obviously they say don't remove your hands from the planchette. Well, I started doing this too, blindfolding each other or closing our eyes, and it still moves. I'm like, I don't want anybody to think I'm looking at exactly where I'm going. I have no idea. I have none. And sometimes we'll have somebody look over us to see what it spells out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you mentioned too, like anything can be used as a way to communicate too. And if you think it's all a line of crap, then I'm not telling you to believe anything you want to. I'm still enjoying it, Something's happening, apparently.
One neat story with the Ouija board, I don't remember the location, but we had one where it was moving for us, but it wasn't like really spelling anything out. It wasn't doing anything. It was acting really weird. And I don't know how it came up, but it came up was, can you read?
Oh,
remember that one? And they couldn't read. They actually did not know how this one did not know how to read. The spirit had never learned. And so we started going, well, if it's yes, then go to the sun. If it's wrong, then go to the moon. And we started getting interactions right on point as soon as we did that. So it was very interesting that you get those kind of weird experiences, That was a really
they asked the board what they should name the board, and Ouija's is what they spelled.
Yep.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
You know what Ouija stands for? Good luck.
Really?
Huh.
That's really neat. I never knew that.
Oh, that's cool.
Useless facts that I know.
That's so neat though, too, because I think
you can look at that different ways. Does that mean like good luck, like fortune cookie, good luck, or does that mean good luck? Like you opened it up. Good luck.
Yeah. They I mean, I honestly think the biggest form of opening communication is the Estes method.
Yep.
Yes.
Because you're literally opening yourself, you're blindfolding yourself, you're taking your senses away, you're taking everything away, and you're so in tune with what you're listening to.
Yes.
Anything could come through there. Because I've heard some stuff that I mean, when you start hearing "fu" and "f off" and shit, that's never on the radio. Like that's a big no-no in the radio. When that
get
first
that
comes through,
on a daily basis with our investigations. I mean, with the larger group, we've gotten those responses quite a bit.
yeah. We got that in the attic of the Main Stringer house here in Brooksville, Florida. It's supposed to be the most haunted house in Florida. If you ever get down here, let me know if you guys get in because I will come and join you guys. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
That would be awesome, man.
But there's a trunk upstairs. It's a old traveler's trunk. And I guess the guy was like part of the circus or something, and he traveled with the trunk. But he's connected to that, the old circus trunk.
Wow.
And he's supposed to be, his nickname's Mr. Nasty. And I was doing the Essence Method up there, and I guess they were like, Mr. I can't remember his name right now, like his actual name. But they're like, yeah, say something to me. And then so next thing I knew, I was hearing F off and F you and get out and piss off and like the spirit box in my ears. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Hearing this on my freaking radio stations. Like, that night blew my mind.
It's unreal. And you can, like, there's radio bleed. There's radio bleed that comes through, but you can really tell the difference. Now, there are times where you'll get something and you're kind of like, I'm not sure. That could be radio bleed. That could not be. Sure. There are times where it's so right there, just like the person is standing right in front of you saying it, and there's no denying it, you know. And we've gotten several times we've gotten things, you know. That's probably our number one of evidence is spirit box.
I know Troy and Jen are really good at it. Corey's incredible at it. I have a habit of blurting out everything I hear, which I shouldn't do because in regard to radio bleed, years ago we were at the
Greenmill Manor.
And I yelled out Western Financial, which is a card.
No. It was Christmas time because you kept saying Christmas jingles too. It was commercials for Christmas stuff, and he would be like, you know, get the Black Friday special or the Black Friday special, blah blah blah, and we're like, really, Phil?
I also feel like the people that are asking the questions are supposed, like, if you're asking the questions, do you know what you ask? It's that person's job to cipher out that stuff. Like I don't know if I hear Black Friday freaking blue light special, I'm like, you're full of shit. All right, he's done.
Now there are times though where I've been under the Estes and I've been saying the things that I hear, and I'm like, this is not right. This is radio bleed. This is, and then I take it off, and these people, and you know, everybody's like, oh my gosh, the way you answer those questions, and I'm like, really?
It's always the observer that's like, dude, you have no idea what you just said.
It's like conversation that, you know, all fit, but you don't realize it while you're under. That's kind of cool when that happens.
When I first got my SB11, actually my friend David that was just up here, he's one of my really good friends. He's over in Clearwater. We investigate with him all the time. Shout out to 727 Paranormal, by the way. You're my buddy. But he's like, you just let your spirit box play in your house, like just gradually. I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, I have haunted dolls, like I have my freaking portal right here all the time playing. He's like, I don't even bring my paranormal stuff in my house. You just let it play in your house. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I sage, I have selenite over my door. Like I do stuff I own haunted objects. Like I sage all the time. But when I first got my SB11, I was just messing with it. And I was letting it play. I was cleaning my room. And I was in my grandparents' house and they both passed away in that house. And like I know my grandma's name or voice like 100%. Like that was my grandma. And it literally said Christopher. Clear as day, like no radio interference, nothing. It said Christopher. And like I went around, I was like, oh my God, please say it again. Just say it one more time. Just like I was yelling at my uncle, was like, what are you doing? I was like, something just said Christopher through that fucking spirit box. And I wanted to do it again.
Damn.
he's like, you're crazy. I'm going back inside. I was like, all right, whatever. But like the living up in Pennsylvania, it's just so old there compared to Florida.
Yeah.
And like the house that I lived, the second house that I lived in, like, so we had a guy that liked throwing stuff off the walls downstairs. There was a little girl at the top of my stairs. This is what I was told when I first moved in, and I didn't believe it. Till literally a picture that was like nailed to the wall, and it was like hanging on the wall, literally just flew across the living room. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Cool. And then I remember my friend Bowser was so scared. But we walked into my house, and like the stairs has two little steps of like a landing, and then you go up the stairs like most Pennsylvania houses do. But I stopped at that little landing area and looked up and saw a little girl at the top of my stairs, threw her into my bathroom.
Wow.
And just watched her walk away, and like literally see a dark shadow walk across my room. And like door handles would move and all that. And I moved back down here for a year, and they kept telling me there's nothing here. Nothing happens anymore. Like you left and everything stopped. Okay. And then I moved back a year later, and I literally walk in the door, and my friend Adam and Nick and Josh were like, oh, great, Chris is back. The freaking spirit's back. What the hell? And like, soon as they said that, all four of us like, all right, what the fuck, actually? Because like you could feel it. Like the whole room got dark. Like it felt like whatever was in that house was not happy that I was back. Because like I knew it was there. And like it would throw stuff in my room. I'm like, dude, just go downstairs and mess with my roommate. You're not gonna scare me. I just go. Like it was like an annoyed roommate. Just go away. You're not gonna do anything. But yeah, some of the crazy experiences I've had is in Pennsylvania.
Oh man.
I remember going to Pennhurst the first time. And just the feeling that driving up, down I don't know if you guys been to Pennhurst.
I have not.
I want to.
Just the drive there, knowing that you're going to Pennhurst. I was a freaking kid in a candy store. I was so kidding. So happy that we just got close. And then as soon as I got on the property, I felt like I wanted to cry. I felt just complete dread. And like the whole walk to like the haunted house part of the administration building, it literally looked like there was 1,000 eyes like coming out of the windows.
Ooh.
Like just being an investigator, I'm just looking at every window because you never know.
Yeah.
Place like that, you have no idea. And then so you do the haunt and everything, which I highly, highly recommend. If you guys like haunted houses, go to Pennhurst.
Oh yeah.
It is the craziest haunt that I've ever been to, and I've done that for 13 years. But so I don't know if they still do. I think they still do it, but you can go into, I think it's the Devon building, and they have it to where it's like a museum area, and you get to walk through Pennhurst where like all the patients were, and they were literally exactly the way they left it. The chairs are still there, beds are still there, Like it literally looks like they just got up and left the day before. Like it was just the craziest thing. I have pictures of just straight white shadows that are blocking out beds, like peeking across the photo.
That's
And
crazy.
it's pitch black, and I'm just using my flash. Like there's no reason why this big old white freaking thing with a tail is in the middle of my photo. But I was standing there talking to one of the people that work there because I'm an investigator. I'm at Pennhurst. I'm going to go talk to the person that's here all the time, see what they tell me. And he's showing me a picture on his phone of like the old wicker wheelchairs that they used to use back in the day with a full white shadow sitting in it. He said he saw it with his own eyes, a full white figure sitting in that wheelchair, and he took a picture and he got it on picture. But while I'm looking at this in my peripheral, I can see something like peeking out of one of the doors, like just looking at us. And I was like, hey, do you have a flashlight? He's like, yeah. I was like, go over to those two rooms right here and let me, like, I thought somebody went around under the thing and was like, I'm going to scare the shit out of somebody. There was like a shitload of people in there. So I thought somebody was just going back there messing with me. Yeah. And we both went to the back rooms and there was nothing there. Like I saw a full shadow, hair, everything. Like it was a full person looking out of the window, out of the room that we just walked in. And there's like cages or like grates in front of the windows. There was no way that anybody was in that room. Like I saw it and we went in there and there was literally nothing there. I was like, can I live here? Like, can I? I'll just set up. I'll just sleep in that old ass bed right there. And I'll
right.
Oh man.
I love it, man.
What is your goal for Steel Brothers?
Just what is our goal, Phil?
Have fun.
Have fun. Collaborate. Do events with our close-knit community that we've created, and sharing what we experience. It's one thing that's nice, like even when we have had these spells where we haven't done a lot of paranormal things, we're still posting, we're still putting out there we went to Kennywood for the haunted nights at Kennywood. And we've got pictures and some videos and things like that. So it's us. It's he's Phil's got some things with him and Tina on there. I did my grandson visited for a week in July, and I had some stuff on that in there. So it's kind of like our lives too. So we make it a little more personalized. So you get to know us, and you get to see. I hope as we grow, like I said, we want to get a little more back into the paranormal side, back into the real meat and potatoes of what we want to do, and grow as investigators. I've done this for 3 years now. 3 years at this level, and Phil's done a little bit more than me. And I still feel like we have a lot to learn. I think there's always a lot to learn. I will shout out to Lauren and Jeff Fent and some of those people. They're so dedicated, and they have real what I want to say, real professional like to talk with them, just to talk with them and discuss this stuff. And it's like they go into a whole different level that you just don't think about. And I have some of those thoughts, but I feel like I haven't gotten to experience it enough to come up with my own personal feelings, with how they feel about things and some of the different experiments. So sometimes I want to step back and do, some of the little things, like the basic things, like temperature changes and pressure changes and things like that. I personally don't record that stuff. I don't, I can feel a cold spot or here or there or something like that, but I don't ever take that into a serious note. Like, is this happening when there's a cold spot, or is this EVP coming when there's a light anomaly, or
Right.
I don't connect those things. And those are things that I feel like we need to broaden our minds and get more into that side of it.
Right.
I think right now Bill and I are good at like going there, enjoying and having a good time, but also having those experiences. Those experiences are very emotional, and you get a lot of, you learn. I'm not going to say we don't learn and we haven't grown, but just in a different way. So I think we want to expand that into a different angle.
Yeah.
And to add on to that, I think one of my favorite things about what Troy and I do as a team is, of course, it's the camaraderie with all the friendships that we've made along the way too. But just exploring these places, just finding the beauty in their history. And I just think it's awesome just having the opportunity to be like, hey, we're going to have you guys go out this way to check out this haunted location too. It also brings you out of your comfort zone a little bit too. And it's always a way to kind of provide like a story to somebody else who has no idea what it's like to be a paranormal investigator too. And I think it's one of my favorite things about this whole thing. And Troy and I, we've encountered so many different, like, what the hell kind of situations too. And we want to be able to share that with others too. And, and the friendships and, and that's a great thing too. You go into these things with the excitement that you have, and you will be surprised in how much you're going to get in return because you love it a lot. And of course, we love other stuff too. One thing too, because like we were in Ohio Pile to kind of capitalize on what Troy said earlier about like going to a location. We were there just having a nature walk with his dog, stuff like that. That stuff makes me happy with one of my my best friend, and we can just have a good time. And I love looking at stuff. I love, like, this is how ridiculous I am. If I go to a haunted location and we don't have anything happen, I just like to look around. I'm like, this place is freaking cool, And I love that too. The actual visualization of everything.
Us being all investigators and being haunt actors and everything. I don't know about everybody else, but me being a haunt actor for so long, I don't even pay attention to the actors at all.
Right.
Like, oh, cool, you tried to scare me, which didn't work. But that freaking prop is awesome.
Yes.
And like, this freaking room is freaking cool.
Great. Or your makeup is so on point. That makeup is so cool. And I always try to go out of my way. Like you said, you don't get as scared, but I always go out of my way to let the actors that are there, let them know, hey, no, I'm not jumping at you, but I appreciate what you're doing. What you're doing is really artistic and really awesome.
Freaking man. Absolutely.
I always make sure that I let actors know when I think they are really, really good, that they're worth it.
100%, man.
Not to change the subject about paranormal, but I went to, it's what is it? Is it in Maryland? It's Brightland. I think it's in Maryland. It's a haunted house or like haunted complex thing. It's called Brightland. And I went to this zombie prison, whatever it was, and they take you down this real elevator, down this shaft, and you go through a tunnel, and it's all smoky, and they have lights coming at you. And my friend Brittany had a messed up knee. And so you walk down the hallway and you turn the hallway and there's another long hallway. And my first mistake was putting my back to that other hallway. I turned around and I was like, Brittany, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. So I turned around and it's pitch black. And this guy hits a flashlight. He's like, what are you doing in my prison? Dude, scared me so much. Like, I screamed like a little girl. Dude, I was so happy the rest of the night that this guy scared the living shit out of me. Like, I stayed. Like, I made sure I found that guy at the end of the night. I tried to find the guy. I wanted to tell him. I was like, dude, thank you. Thank you. That was so awesome. Like all of my friends were like, yeah, I think Chris needs to go change his underwear. That was so loud. I was like,
I
all
love
right,
that.
hell yeah.
That's incredible,
But-
man.
Oh man.
Well, the good thing, what I found is like there for a while I was going through this phase where like the haunted houses weren't scaring me, and I was
Yeah.
going through a lot of them, and I was just like, this isn't as great as it used to be. But then now that I'm getting older and older,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm older, I'm just more feeble or what, but I jump a lot more now than I have
you
in the
do.
past, like the last couple of years. This year I had some really good ones, and I, shout out to my Portals of Fear, which is a new haunt that started this year that I worked at. But some of the actors there got me really good.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of times it's the ones that are not the big characters. They're the
Yeah.
little ones that are off to the side that you don't expect.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Portals of Fear is amazing.
I worked at Field of Screams in Pennsylvania, and the owners will like scare us. Like, I want you to scare us. And he's like, dude, if you scare us, you'll get a shout out the next day, or like they'll do something.
We
And
did the same
dude, that
thing.
was my whole time I was there. I didn't care who came to that haunt. Like, because when you get in that mind frame, you have the makeup on, you have the costume on,
Yeah.
you have all that. You get in this mind frame. I don't care who you are. And I've scared the living shit out of I couldn't even tell you how many paramedics that are coming in to get the person that I'm scaring, that I turn around and scare the living shit out of. Like, paramedics are walking through, like, I hate this, I don't like this. But I feel like it's the same way going through like haunted locations. You don't know what you're walking into, especially if it's a new location you've never been to.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like you have like the same giddiness of like a haunted house and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
you do, and I was gonna say though, I will also say that places that you go back to multiple times, you have this expectation of what you've experienced there, but it could be like a whole new place the next time you go. It could be totally opposite. What you may have had a good experience, but it may not be this time. It may be, more negative. It may be, you may not get anything. It just depends.
Well, I know every experience that I've ever had investigating, and I cherish those like no tomorrow. Personal experience, I'd rather have a personal experience off camera than, I would love to have it on camera. Don't get me that wrong, but like the personal experiences, I love them so much more because that's the stuff you're gonna remember more than I caught this freaking dude coughing on a camera, which was probably the guy or like, but I don't know. I just love investigating.
No, I completely agree with you, and that's one reason why I am a fan of the Ghost Box, because when you hear those voice things come through, there's no denying them, and when you can get that on camera, it's so cool to have that. And the thing I found is it's hard to get video. It's hard to get pictures. Like, it's hard to get visual evidence. I've only had a couple things that, I'm not going to say 100% have ever gotten anything, but there's a couple of things I've gotten that could be that, I feel. It's just, there's nothing like it when you experience it. Like we talked about the shadow, we never got that, but we've seen that. Or I've had, like you said, you've had that picture flown. I've had a flashlight go flying off a shelf and literally fly across the room and hit the wall. I've had some of those, how would I say it, kind of TV feel experiences, but not to extreme, but you do have those, but it's very hard to really capture those, and it's hard because it's so hard to capture that, it's very hard for people to believe it.
Right.
Right.
I agree.
And that's why I do everything live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, too, if somebody doesn't believe it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it.
There's so many videos that where, you know, they'll fake the cabinet door opening or this coming across the room or that, or, you know, there's so much of that if you do really get something like that, you can't, you know, you can have it on camera right here, right in your face, and you still will have people that's not gonna.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I personally, I like my friend Alice. Shout out to Alice, I love you. And she remote views. Like I can video call her. I've done it multiple times while I'm at the Gilchrist jail.
Oh,
and she's like, something's walking back and forth from 7 to 8. And the whole time that she's saying that somebody's walking by, every time that says that he'd walk by the hallway, the REM pod would go off. Back and forth, and it kept going off. And then she's like, whatever is in that jail knows you and does not like you and does not want you there. But the last time I was there, I was just talking to her a couple days ago, and they said whatever's in that jail, like, I guess there was people investigating that jail that night when we were talking. She's like, they don't want to talk to them. They want to talk to you. Like, you need to go back and have a conversation with this person. They're like, dude, I've sent her pictures of things that she had no idea what it was. And she's completely hit it on, spot on. And then I'll tell her the place, and she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I was seeing. Like, it was,
man.
Yeah. We have someone that is a participant. They're a friend of ours, and they go on a lot of lives with us who have that ability, and we've had a lot of experiences that are centered around that too. One that shoots in my mind is ISS again, Indiana State Sanitarium. When I was with my daughter, and we were in the mansion, which sadly burned up a little bit. But we were upstairs, and we had this person, you know, on the video or on the live with us, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden we were getting some really kind of the FU kind of things that you were talking about and stuff. And then all of a sudden we just heard this growl, and we heard the growl, and then all of a sudden it just really got dark in the room. And then all of a sudden downstairs, a door just slammed as loud as it could slam, and it freaked us out. And I mean, this person was like, you need to get out of there. This is like, it's not, and but they've really you know, you can really feel and experience those things. Another one at Lake Shawnee, West Virginia. I had a person on live, and I was by myself, and I was talking with the little girl, which I'm not going to get into. I've told that story a lot, which the little girl and me connected very well that night. But at one point,
just to refresh my memory, that's the one that passed away from hitting the truck on the swing, right? Okay.
So long story short, she really showed herself to me. She talked to me all night long. She held my hand. It was an amazing experience that night. You can ask Phil. I was like bawling.
Oh, he was in tears, man.
It was so intense.
Oh my Lord! He was like, dude, are you okay?
There was one point where this person, Karma, was on the live, and she's like, she wants to know what everybody's doing on the other side of the lake, which is kind of where we were at. And I was like, oh, they're cooking hot dogs. They're eating, and she goes, she wants to know what else is over there. And I was like, well, there's cupcakes. And she's like, oh, cupcakes. She goes, she wants to know what flavors. And I go, well, there's vanilla, there's chocolate. And I said, tell me which one you want, and I will bring one over here for you. And the spirit box was like, chocolate.
Aww.
And so it all like connected. And so I brought a chocolate cupcake over and placed it on the picnic table by the swings and left it for her. But, you know, it was, you know, her, like you said, what she was saying to me on the live, you know, I was just going with it, with the conversation. But then now we got the spirit box that's backing it up.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome.
It's crazy when it all comes together.
Yeah. We've actually had an experience where we were on the Ouija board in one room and there was other people who had the spirit box over in the room over from us.
Yep.
And they were getting answers on the spirit box while we were getting the same answers. Like it was all coordinating with what we were getting with what it was getting. And it was kind of neat to have that confirmation with the Ouija board with the answers that they were getting as well.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny, too, because how Troy had that connection there, like Shawnee, how it made him a little bit emotional. There was actually another situation that happened before that. It was at the Pickle Jar Antiques in Rochester.
That was,
I won't get into too much detail because it was during an SD session where our buddy Mikey was doing one of the sessions there. And there was a lot of content that was being said that would really make you wonder, like, oh, but Troy,
there was
it was Troy getting really emotional was really, it hit hard.
It was on the spirit box and it was playing and we were asking questions, but it was not, this was a very residual coming through. But long story short, it was kind of a rape scene kind of feel that was coming through, and there was, you know, there was men saying things and there was women screaming, and it just, I am a little empathic where I got that feeling of the women that was there, and I just felt their despair and I walked away. I was like, I can't do this. And it was too much for me. And the crazy thing about it was like 3 or 4 days after we investigated, the whole building burnt down.
Yep.
Which was pretty crazy.
Insane, man.
We got a lot of residual type stuff there. We had that. We had there was a known documentation of a game where somebody got shot because they were cheating and some guy shot him. We actually kind of got that on the spirit box as well. The gunshot came through, and it was just it was a weird, there was some weird stuff, but that was the first time I had really heard residual come through in that sense. Usually it's voice that you hear that's interacting with you, but this one was not interacting at all. It was very residual, like something was playing. It was like you were just hearing a record of something playing out, and it was very disturbing. It was very disturbing.
That's exactly how I describe residual. It's just a broken record over and over and over and over. Like it's just, I couldn't even imagine being through that the rest of your life, you know, the most traumatic thing in your life, and you just have to redo it over and over. Like,
just the fact seeing like Troy react like he did, like he was like literally like on the verge of like just breaking down. I'm like, okay, bro, if you want to walk away, man, go for it.
It was just, I mean, the pain and the, when I get that attachment, that makes it rough. We've experienced another place where there was a mother who passed away in a bed, and she was very sick for a long time, and you know, you could get her, you know, it's always a very, I don't want to say bad, but it's like depressing and sad, and you know, you just feel that weight of her there. And you just feel for them.
Exactly.
I'm one of those investigators. I get myself in trouble sometimes. I really do. But I'm one of those investigators that'll completely open myself up and give permission to touch and give permission to do whatever you want. Try me. Bring me.
Hey, why not, you know?
That's how I am. Come to me. Come on. Show me. I want you to prove yourself that you're here.
Yeah.
And most of the time, like I said, it gets me in trouble. I've had some pretty crazy experiences doing that, but
Yeah.
we did the plum house, and he had a rope light in a circle, and I was like, why not? So I'd grab the chair and put the chair right in the middle of the circle with the spirit box. I was like, what happens now? Bring it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I push my luck a lot. I'm gonna get myself one of these days.
Sometimes
I do it too occasionally, and I won't lie. If nothing happens, sometimes I do get frustrated.
Yeah.
You know, and there's there's times where we'll go and like 3 or 4 investigations, and it'll be just like hot as crazy, just crazy stuff going on, and then it may be another 3 or 4 months of nothing, and you go to these, and it's so frustrating when you go to a place that has the reputation, and there's a lot of really, that it's there, that it's haunted, and they don't do anything to like you get absolutely nothing. I get so frustrated with those times. It's like you're so excited for this place and you've souped yourself up so much, and then it's like nothing.
Yep.
And it's like, but then
it's like you watch. It's like going to the movies. You watch a bunch of crappy films, but it doesn't prevent you from disliking the genre. You just go through the bad apples to get to the good ones. It happens. It's just
and
then you get part of it. And then you get that little no-name place that just like, whoa.
Right? Yep, that's exactly right, man.
I've seen a lot of shitty horror movies.
Oh yeah.
But I've seen some really good ones too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they like looking at the environment, like we were talking about, like at haunts and stuff. I didn't even pay attention to the actors at Pennhurst. Like I'm walking through the administration building of Pennhurst State School. I'm looking at the building. I'm looking at I still can't wrap my head around it. I've been to Pennhurst 3 times for the haunt. Like it was just so good.
Oh, I love it.
Hopefully you guys can come down here and investigate with me one time.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, man.
I have a couple places I can get us into. So
nice.
Hopefully, before we go, I didn't even realize we were just having a great conversation with over an hour.
I love it, man.
It doesn't even feel like we've been on here for an hour.
Not at all.
Before you go in anything, do you guys have anything coming up with Steel Brothers? Or
yeah, we do. We have a few things. December the 10th, we will be at Hillview Manor.
Yep.
So I'm really excited. We're going to they do the Wednesday live session. So we're actually, we've been invited to one of those. That's something I'm really excited about. I've been there with conventions and their psychic fairs and things like that, but I have not done a actual investigation there. And I'm really excited for this
it's
one.
Fun.
Even doing the public tours, I've experienced a lot of stuff there. So I'm really excited for this one. So that's definitely coming up. We potentially, I don't know if it's going to happen yet because we had to back away from a couple things, but I know in January we are potentially doing an investigation near New Year's.
Yes.
That's not a confirmed yet.
Right.
But then in the spring, we have in March, we are doing the Monroe House in Indiana. We've been there before. We've actually been there twice.
Yep.
I've been there twice. Phil's been there once.
Amazing place.
That place is amazing. And it's actually, I'm excited because my daughter's going to be with us for that one. And my mom is actually coming, who has never done an investigation. She's 75 and she always asks me about it. She's skeptical, but she wants to go to one. So I'm like, yeah, if you're going to go to one, this is going to be the one. I really want her to experience something. So I'm hoping Monroeville will definitely come through for me on that.
That's my most favorite thing is turning a skeptic's mind into a believer. It's so great. It really is. Because like when you get that first experience, you'll never forget your first experience ever. Like that will be engraved in your mind. It's such a special thing.
I'm excited. I'm just excited to hang out with your mom, Troy. She's one of the funniest ladies.
I know it's gonna be cool. You know, she really has no idea what to expect, and I know she's got some ideas. Like my mom is very religious, and like my father passed away when I was 12, and I know just knowing my mom, part of this is going to be like, oh, is he going to come through and talk to me, or is he going to? And I'm like, it's not like that. I don't know how to explain it because it is spirits, but it's not like that per se. And I won't say that members and people don't come through, but I want to desensitize that a little bit. Like I don't necessarily want my close family members coming to me that way, because then I'm like, are they okay? Are they? I would start. I have this worry if that would, and I have had experiences. I've actually had experiences where I feel my fathers came through, not in an investigation scenario, but in different ways. So, I do think they're there, but I don't. I don't want her to feel that that's, I don't want her to be stuck on that. I'm like, I want you to go in with an open mind and just experience, don't expect anything and see what happens.
Yep.
So I
went with zero expectations, and I think the day will be perfect too, because you never know. It could be a very active night. It could be a very quiet night. That's the game boy you have to take too.
And actually the exciting thing is we have 2 nights.
That's right, we do.
Friday and Saturday, so we have 2 nights there. So
it's a whole different experience to talk about it to when you get there.
Yep.
It's real. It's the energy's there. You get a little bit of nerves.
Oh yeah.
At least I do. I don't know. I mean, I get a little bit of nerves. I get a little bit excited. I get a little giddy. I'm like, all right. I know we got to set this up, but like,
let's
get in there, man.
Monroe never disappoints. And I know the only other one I know right now. I know in April we are supposed to go with the Appalachian Ghost Girls to Wildwood. We're supposed to go there at the beginning of April. So Wildwood is another one we've went to a lot.
I'm very familiar with Wildwood.
Brooklyn, they are wonderful. I really enjoy them. They're wonderful owners. And I always have a good time there whenever I'm there. And I've had some really interesting experiences there too. So
we've had them on the show a couple times. We had Brooke doing like the history part of the house. And we had Zach and his friend for not this Halloween, the last Halloween. We did it like a virtual investigation of Wildwood over.
Cool.
That's really cool.
We were here and they were doing the investigation there. I've actually done that multiple times. I think Gilcrest was the first one. We did it with Wildwood Sanatorium. I've done it with McIntyre Villa with Stephanie. We did it with Adam from Eloise.
Nice.
I kind of want to keep on that train. I mean, I can't get there. I can't, like, money wise, travel wise, I can't get there. But this is a cool thing that I have. I can do it virtually. And we've done it with Yura Shrine also just recently. And like, I'm all the way here in Florida. They were all the way in Tennessee, and they were getting Chris coming out of the spirit box in the shrine.
Cool.
Like, it's insane. We did it with Eloise, and so I'm watching the screen, and it literally looks. He was laying like sitting in the bathtub, and the door jammed. Like the door was right there, and right across the hall there was another room. And I swear there was a shadow figure that like slid out a little bit to look into the room, and the girl that was holding the camera, like leaned to the like you could see her lean and look into the other room that I'm looking at because she saw something exactly what I saw. Like, I didn't say anything until she started moving and looking the same way and like directing the camera there. I was like, you see that black shadow, right? You see that, right? Dude. Oh
That's
my
cool.
god.
That's crazy, man.
I wish I lived up north still. I really do.
Never too late.
I know Florida's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love Florida. This is where I'm from. I love it. I always get sucked back here. I don't know how. But like Pennsylvania, like you said, there's so much around. Like you can go.
Yeah.
Like I lived on Philly side of Pennsylvania, so I had Maryland, I had Virginia, I had all of that. You know, Pittsburgh. I think that's where you guys are from, right?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh area, that more area. So you have like Ohio, you have Indiana, you have all that. I don't have any of that. Yeah. Like I have to drive 4.5 hours to get in Florida.
Like, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I'm only 6 hours. I'm only 6.5 hours from Savannah, Georgia.
Nice.
That's a bucket list. I have not made it to Savannah. I've always wanted to do. Isn't the St. Augustine Lighthouse?
Yeah.
Isn't that? Yeah. I've always wanted to go there. That is, to this day, that is my favorite Ghost Hunters episode.
Nice.
When he had the shadow that kept looking over the railing.
Yes. That was one of my. That's one of my like tops ever. And I always wanted to go there because of that.
So the last time I went to St. Augustine, so we went to the lighthouse. I didn't get to go inside because it was at night, but I got to be on the property and look at it and the whole glory of the lighthouse. But the sad story about the lighthouse, there was 2 girls that was like, the dad was like keeper of the lighthouse back in the day, and they went and played near the water and they both drowned. And supposedly there's a big tree right in front of the lighthouse that they play at still to this day. Like there's been multiple people that have seen 2 little girls playing around a tree, and it's supposed to be the girls that drowned near the lighthouse. So if you ever go there, go down the road a little bit to that big tree and investigate that tree.
Okay.
Definitely.
And if you go, there's so many places I could tell you to go to. It's crazy. Like if you go to the Yellow Fever Cemetery, right outside the gates, you turn around, you look right forward to Casa de los Marcos, the big fort right there. The big mound in front of it, that's a mass burial grave. Side of the fort. Like you can go to around the back side of the fort and still see bullet holes where people are executed. And you can go to the old jail. There's so much there.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, I always tell people to go. There's so much stuff you can do there for free. Investigating wise, you don't have to pay for much. Go down the main road at like 3 a.m. when nobody's there. Like the main road that they used when it was originated. Like it's still the same energy off that. It's still cobblestone roads.
You know, you talk about Pennsylvania, and you know we have the Revolutionary War. You have. Not revolutionary, the Civil War. You have the Civil War where, you know, that was across the whole freaking state. There's everywhere. You had a lot of Indians on this land. And I think the combination of those 2 alone just makes makes Pennsylvania a hot spot.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
Yeah,
anywhere you go, you can get that.
Well, here in Florida, we didn't have. I don't think we had a battle of the Civil War in Florida. I don't remember. I don't know. I know that was more northern type of. But we did have
North Carolina.
Yeah, but what we did have was like the Spanish Indian War.
Yes.
We had a lot of that. So we have a lot of battlegrounds that were actually my friend Henry that owns the jail. His house is part of where they fought.
Oh, dang. That's crazy.
So, I mean, we have stuff like that. I mean, we have St. Augustine, the oldest city in America. Like, we have all that, but I don't. It's not like the up north. It's just.
Oh man.
Oh, I loved it up so bad. And like every time it gets cold here, I was like, oh, I want to go back so bad.
And you know what? We're up here right now going, damn, I wish I was in Florida.
Yeah, it's cold up here. It's freezing.
I would say it's like what? It's like 34 here.
Yep.
Yeah. It just dropped to like low 30s here the other day.
Oh,
I went to go get coffee the next day and it was like 43 degrees and everybody's wearing jackets and I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, all right, this is big guy weather. All right, I'm not going to
today. That's funny.
But hopefully you can come down and investigate sometimes, guys, because I'd love to have you guys down here. I mean, we can go investigate.
We need to come for that metal convention.
Yes,
you talk about. And do a little investigation with that, hard rock and investigating. That'd be a great combo.
Hopefully I can get that together. It's a little spoiler. I haven't said anything yet, guys.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome. No, it's okay. It's okay. I was going to say something eventually, but that is in the works.
You'll never have us on here again, Phil.
Troy.
See you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, that is the plan for Underworld sometime next year. I want to get the best metal bands from Florida and the paranormal together.
Yes.
Go and have a metal Paracon because I don't think as long as I've been alive, we've never had that in Tampa, and that is a disgrace. So I'm gonna put it together, and it's gonna be for Underworld Ministry and Tampa Bay Metal Scene. Hopefully, can't guarantee, but I'm gonna try. That's my biggest goal next year is to do that for you guys.
That will be awesome.
Nice.
But that would be cool to get Steel Brothers down as a guest speaker or even just there to hang out, you know?
Yes.
Because I know Phil. I got to get the heaviest of the heaviest for Phil.
Dude, I live that stuff, man.
And we will make it.
Yes.
What better place to do it than the death metal capital of the world?
Oh.
Yes.
But
thank you guys so much for hanging out and coming to speak with us.
Thank you so much for
having
us,
man. I love talking to you guys. And
dude,
welcome to the Underworld family.
Thank you.
Brothers for life, man. This is incredible.
Awesome. All the time.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Remember, always stay creepy, friends.